2025 was called the year of agents. Developers went from chatting with AI to deploying agents that write code, can browse the web, and make decisions on their own. You need to get this. 99% of the enterprise developers are now building with these agents. In January 2025, only 5% of AI models could solve basic software engineering problems. But by November, that number actually probably has hit 80% now. 2025 was pretty fast. But 2026? It is going to split developers into two different categories. Those who saw this coming and adapted, and those who didn't. Today, we are breaking down everything that happened in 2025 in AI, not just as a timeline, but as what actually changed for you developers. And more importantly, what you need to prepare for in 2026. Because here is the thing, right? 2025 wasn't just another year of progress. It was the year AI stopped just being a tool you use occasionally and became something that works alongside with you.
That shift is real. And you can see that in what actually happened in August 2025. OpenAI released GPT-5 and over 200 million users got access to the reasoning AI overnight for free. What could have costed over $100 million to train became available to everyone with just an internet connection. This is not an upgrade. It's a complete redistribution of capability. But that was just one moment. 2025 had three massive shifts that redefined what it means to be a developer. Let's walk through them.
Shift 1. Reasoning went from research labs to everyone's laptop. January 2025. DeepSeek R1 launched as a fully open source model with an MIT license. And here is what made it significant. It matched OpenAI's O1 on math, coding, and reasoning benchmarks as well. So you had an open source model performing at the same level as one of the most advanced proprietary models in the world. That actually set the tone for the entire year. Then came August 7th. GPT-5 launches and OpenAI makes reasoning free for every ChatGPT user. There's no paywall, no premium subscription required. It was just there. Now here is where things actually get interesting. India became the testing ground for AI accessibility at a massive scale. Starting November 4th, ChatGPT Go became free for eligible Indian users for an entire year. Perplexity Pro became free for the Airtel users. And Google Gemini Advanced became free for Geo users for 18 long months. You know, when you add it all up, India has just got access to roughly $150 billion worth of premium AI tools at no cost. That's not just a pilot program. That's a full-scale experiment in what happens when you remove every barrier to access.
But did these models actually improve? Or it's just a better marketing? Let me show you two benchmarks that answer this particular question. First is ARC AGI benchmark, which tests whether AI can reason like human. Early 2025, GPT-4o scored only 5%. But by December, OpenAI O3 has hit 87.5%, which is actually above average human baseline of 85%. So we went from 5% to 87.5% in 1 year. That's not incremental improvement, it's just crazy exponential growth. The second benchmark, SWE Bench Verified, which tests real-world software engineering tasks. In 2023, AI models were scoring 5%. By late 2025, Claude Opus 4.5 and GPT-5 were solving these problems at 80.9% and 74.9%. Think about what it means. 2 years ago, AI couldn't debug a simple function. Now it's handling 8 out of 10 real-world engineering problems. Today, AI can reason, debug, and build entire application by just writing a simple prompt.
And look, if you're watching this thinking that this is moving faster than I can keep up with, you're actually not alone. That is exactly why we have built an AI developer community. Every week in this community, we run 2 live webinars where we build real projects. Less theory and more of hands-on work. You'll also get a weekly tool breakdowns. There will be challenges introduced with actual rewards and the latest AI updates, and a space to connect with developers who are figuring this out alongside with you so that you can build together. And the special part is it's completely free. So the link is in the description, and if you're serious about staying ahead in this wave, that's where you need to start. Shift 2. Agentic AI became the dominant story of 2025. Here's a stat that should make you pause. 99% of developers building enterprise AI applications are now exploring AI agents. They are not just chatbots. They're not just API wrappers. They are actual agents. And 2 years ago, this category didn't even exist. Now it's actually defining the entire conversation that we have around AI.
So what are these agents actually doing? 6 main categories emerged in 2025. First, Agentic RAG. These are multi-agent systems that retrieve and operate over data in real time. Companies like Perplexity and Harvey AI have built their entire product around this. The second one is computer use agents. OpenAI ChatGPT agent and Cloud computer use fall in this particular category. These agents can browse web, click buttons, and even fill out forms. They interact with your computer just the way you would actually do it. The third one, voice agents. Companies like 11 Labs, Vapi, and DeepGram are building conversational AI that doesn't just respond to you, but it listens, adapts, and has real-time conversations. The fourth, most important, coding agents. GitHub Copilot, Cursor, and now Gemini Anti-Gravity. These are multi-agent systems that can build applications 10 times faster than a solo developer. Today, with a simple, unrefined prompt also, we are able to create a complete application end-to-end. And the fifth one, deep research agent. Gemini, ChatGPT, and Claude. All of them produce full research report by autonomously pulling data from dozens of sources and synthesizing them. And we can't forget the last one, that is the avatar agent. Yes, agent-like software are producing human-like avatars, and it's almost impossible to distinguish whether it's an avatar or a real person who is talking. And here is the thing, these are not just demos. IBM has surveyed 1,000 enterprise developers, and early results are already showing agents outperforming humans on complex reasoning tasks within 2-hour windows. Mind you, this is already in production right now.
Shift 3. The infrastructure arms race hit a completely new level. November 2025 saw 2 deals that tell you everything about where this is actually going. But first, let me give you some context. OpenAI and Microsoft had an exclusive partnership, right? Azure powered ChatGPT. Microsoft had invested $13 billion. That was the actual foundation. But then this November happened. OpenAI announces a $38 billion 7-year deal with AWS. We are talking hundreds and thousands of Nvidia GPUs and the ability to scale to tens of millions of CPUs by 2026. This isn't a side arrangement. This is actually OpenAI making a major strategic shift away from relying solely on Microsoft. Now let's talk about the second deal. Microsoft and Nvidia invest up to $15 billion in Anthropic. In return, Anthropic commits to purchasing $30 billion worth of Azure compute and gets access to 1 gigawatt of compute resources. Anthropic's valuation jumped to $350 billion. That's a 91% increase from just 2 months earlier of what happened in September. When you actually step back and look at the bigger picture, over $200 billion got committed to AI infrastructure in 2025 alone. For context, that is more than the entire cloud computing build-out that happened in 2010s. And it all happened in the exact same year, which is 2025.
And here is what you need to understand. The money is not going into making chatbots smarter anymore. It's funding physical AI, which means it's getting invested in humanoid robots. And we will start seeing them in factories and warehouses in 2026. It's enabling multimodal AI to become the standard, where text, images, video, and audio gets processed seamlessly across every application, and it's powering extended reasoning. Today, AI systems can plan, think, and rethink before they actually respond to our queries. Infrastructure race isn't about who has the best model today. It's about who can build the foundation of AI that works, moves, and reasons in the physical world of tomorrow.
So that was 2025. Now let's talk about 2026, because this is where things actually get serious for you. The first prediction: 40% of the enterprise applications will have embedded AI agents by the end of 2026. This number comes from Gartner, and it is not speculative. It is actually based on what companies are already planning. A completely new role is emerging alongside this shift, which is agent operations. It combines MLOps expertise with compliance, auditing, and real-time system control. So if you're not learning how agents work right now, you're actually going to end up managing systems that you don't even fully understand. Second prediction: physical AI and humanoid robots are moving into real deployment. In 2024, $2.5 billion in venture capital went into humanoid robotics. In 2026, those robots are going into controlled environments like factories, warehouses, logistical operations. Intelligence and perception capabilities are predicted to reach human-level performance in the next 2 to 3 years. This isn't just some concept footage anymore. This is funded, it is planned, and it is going to happen. Rather, it is already happening. The third prediction: domain-specific models are going to replace general-purpose AI. Yes, you heard that right. By 2028, analysts predict that over half of the enterprise AI models will be specialized for specific industries like healthcare, finance, legal, and manufacturing. And 2026 is just the tipping point where general-purpose models stop being enough. So if you're building for a special vertical, you're going to need to understand fine-tuning and deployment at a much deeper level than just actually calling an API.
Here is what all that means to you as a developer. 2026 is creating two distinct categories. One, AI native developers. These are people who understand how agents work, can integrate multimodal systems into real-world workflows, and knows how to customize and build on top of AI, not just use it. And the second category is AI adjacent developers. These are people who are using AI tools, but they don't understand how they work under the hood. They can't customize them, and they can't even build new capabilities on top of them. The gap between these two categories is going to widen fast, and the market is going to reward AI native developers exponentially more, which is why we mapped the exact roadmap developers need to follow in 2026. This isn't a vague advice, it's specific skills, tools, and milestones you should be hitting. The roadmap is linked in the description below. If you want to be AI native and not just AI adjacent, that's going to be your starting point.
2025 showed us what is possible.
2026 is going to show us who adopted.
So if this video helped you understand where the industry is actually headed, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment on what surprised you the most about 2025 and what you're going to do in 2026.
We will see you in the next one. Until then, keep building.